Okay, what's up, guys? Super Jurassic Frieza Anime Kill Godzilla here today. Part 3 of the Godzilla Resurgence collaboration, and I am joined back out again with Dragon Ball Dude.
Yeah. If you haven't seen part 1 or 2, be sure to check that out.
I'll probably link those in the description below. Maybe, yeah, that's if I'm not too lazy again. It's been a crazy week for me. And I know it's been a crazy week for you since you've been on vacation, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the previous times we were talking about how our history of Godzilla Resurgence and our knowledge of him, and actually the new Godzilla Resurgence movie actually just came out yesterday in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Lucky Japanese people. They get everything first.
Well, time to find a website and illegally watch that on. So,
do you know any websites where I can watch it?
I don't know any websites that would have that movie up at the moment, but I do know other website where you could watch movies for free. I know that much.
Oh yeah. So the last two times we were talking about our thoughts of each series and our favorite movie from that series. So I'm gonna start off I'm gonna say what my favorite movie is and what my thoughts on the first two series. Then you will, okay, Jordan?
Oh, did you?
All right. For the show series, it was a cheesy series. Well, not really cheesy. It was just more of like a kid-friendly side. Even though most of the movies were pretty gory, especially
Right.
Godzilla's blood was everywhere.
All right, it would kind of go back and forth from like Godzilla's Revenge into Godzilla versus Gigan.
Yeah. And especially Godzilla vs. Hedorah, which is the most good-looking film, but I don't want to say good-looking, but the effects were pretty good in that movie.
Yeah.
And Hedorah himself, he's basically trash, all trash and pollution. And I heard there was this rumor where it was supposed to be a second one after that, because I saw the Japanese version, and at the end it said, and then another one came. So yeah, so they were planning to, but I guess they didn't.
I guess they just figured what would be the point in having another one when it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's gonna be one of those development hell sort of things.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, that series was more of a childish side, even though there's gore and stuff. But the first two films, I think, were pretty decent. I don't know about the second one, but for sure that the first one's like the best out of that whole entire series.
Right. Yeah.
And so yeah, that's my favorite. And in the Heisei series, it was a very cheesy series, especially since it was in the 90s.
Yeah.
And then it was a connected series altogether, because you had the same character named Mickey in all those films except for 1984. Yeah, and my favorite movie from that is I can't pick between Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla or Godzilla vs. Destroyer.
If it was me personally, I'd go with Destroyer, but
yeah, but the end of that movie, the military killed him. So
yeah, but overall, I still enjoyed it more, only because I just found Destroyer to be much more of a posing threat than just okay, we're just gonna create Godzilla, but add some things to him. There you go.
And it actually is pretty. It's a pretty unique film, since it ties with the first one, because Destroyer is actually the thing that killed the first Godzilla, and it was pretty cool how it's like this whole message, like, stop messing with nature and it'll send something right back.
Right.
It was a very touching film, especially when Godzilla died, which was, I actually cried the first time when I first saw it.
Yeah, I'd say so, since it was such a big deal back then.
But every movie now is just Godzilla comes back, dies, comes back, dies.
I mean, look at Godzilla vs. Ghidorah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, so Dragon dude, your thoughts on the show series and Heisei, and what's your favorite movie from those series?
From the show, oh, it's hard to say. Like with the show one, I'd have to say it's either between uh either the first one or the one where all the monsters are on Monster
Oh,
Island.
Destroy All Monsters.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a pretty good movie too. It's just that,
Took way too long to get to the actual monsters.
yeah, and it seemed kind of unfair because all the monsters, like all the monsters versus Ghidorah. Even though
I mean,
Ghidorah's
yeah, it
the
was like
beast.
extremely unfair and all that, but like I still figure it was just awesome to see all of these other monsters cross over into this one movie.
Yeah, but do you know? I just realized that not all the monsters were fighting in that movie against Ghidorah. The only monsters I saw fighting Ghidorah was Godzilla, Manila, Gorosaurus, Anguirus, and I think that's it.
Mothra and
Well, well, yeah, Mothra and
I mean, like they would,
Komoda.
yeah,
They just spread their little web spit. I don't.
yeah,
It,
web.
yeah, but Baragon, Varen, and Rodan were just. Well, they were there. It's just that they were just like standing there. Well, Rodan flew away, and then I don't know about Baragon, Varen, and Manda. I don't know what happened to them.
They were here and now they're not. That's
Yeah, that was basically a big fu to the fans of those monsters.
yeah,
But
yeah, basically, yeah.
yeah. All right, thoughts on
Although
Heisei?
this does,
Oh, okay.
this just get me curious about one small thing though. Why they didn't include King Kong, I don't really know. Especially since they went on to make other King Kong movies. But no,
Well, you see, I think they didn't have the rights to King Kong because they only had the rights to King Kong for like 3 movies: Godzilla vs. King Kong, King Kong Escapes, and Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster.
yeah,
That was originally supposed to be a King Kong movie, but they said, "Hey, let's pay Godzilla
yeah,
because
that's
it's more money."
well, yeah, because the fact that Godzilla falls in love with like some woman in it, it's supposed to be like big resemblance of that.
Yeah, and all the women who play in Godzilla movies are all models most of the time.
Well then,
Yeah. All right, thoughts on Heisei and best one.
again with Heisei, it's either Destroyer or Godzilla versus Ghidorah.
Those movies are like the best out of the series. Like, they explain Godzilla's origin versus Ghidorah, and they actually explain a little bit in Desotroya. Well, they explained it more in Ghidorah, and they brought back the enemy in Desotroya.
Right.
Yeah, those movies really tied into the first one, which I'm actually glad they touched that. I guess that sounded wrong. Touch that. All right. So at the end of part 2, we didn't explain our thoughts on the Millennium series and best one. Would you like to go first, or you want me to go first?
I think it's pretty obvious Godzilla Final Wars, but
That's actually a very polarizing movie because it's like you have fans who hate it, or you have fans who love it.
well, I'm on the loving side, so that's where I stand.
Oh, but do you mean like? Would you like to explain most of the Millennium series?
Would I like to explain why I like Final Wars the most, or
Yeah.
mainly because even though it's not like the movie we all wanted with every monster in it, it has a good portion of them. And it technically included a new monster. Like, even though Monster X turned out to be Ghidra, still, at least it was something new after a while.
Yeah. They had Orga, then Megagearus, and they said, "Hey, let's change it up a bit and bring back some old monsters."
Right.
Yeah.
Since throughout most of the Millennium series, if I can recall correctly, most of them were just remakes anyways, so.
Yeah. except for against Mechagodzilla and Tokyo SOS. Those two
Right.
together. Right. So, my thoughts and best movie of the Millennium series. So, basically each and every one of those movies was like a remake, which I'm not too fond of that. I find that like a good idea since you get introduced to new characters and like you get tied with them, but you just don't follow them the whole entire road, and like that's what kind of messed up the Millennium.
I guess like in one case you can look at it and be like, okay, so let's say Godzilla started out here, right back at the beginning again. After that, then we'll see. Then you know,
Yeah.
yeah. I
So
did a
many
horrible job at explaining that, but don't worry, it's all good.
So yeah, so many yes. Okay, so Millennium series. I'm very glad that they actually did it because we all know what happened the year before. After.
Well, actually real quick. Let's be thankful Godzilla 1998 happened because without that, the Millennium series would never have happened.
Yes, and if you take out the Godzilla part of that, that's actually a pretty decent monster movie.
Yeah, just call it Zilla or like maybe in 20,000 fathoms, and it would actually be good.
Also, you could call it Gino. I think
Call what?
you could call Zilla Gino. That's what the Japanese dubbed it as.
I mean, that's still better than calling it Godzilla.
Yeah, that movie is very cool. It's and wasn't it made by the Independence director? Or
I'm not entirely sure whether it was made by the Independence director or not, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was.
that guy, he likes to ruin all movie franchises. But yeah, yeah. If you take out the Godzilla part, it's actually a pretty decent film. And without that, Godzilla 2000 wouldn't have happened, and wouldn't have spawned more Godzilla movies, which I'm very thankful for.
Right.
And the Millennium series is a good series. It's just that you always have a new character, a new main character at each film, and yeah, and all the designs
like a different version of Godzilla throughout every film.
Yeah, except for 2000 Mega Years, which they look exactly the same, except that the Mega Gears one looks more greenish.
Right.
And did you know people were actually trying to tie in with Resurgence because that Godzilla 2000 suit looks greenish, and Godzilla Jr. was green, and all the power that was in Burning Godzilla went into Godzilla Jr. So people were actually thinking that, which I could agree, but I just don't.
It would be cool, but like it's in a different like
time period.
Anyway, yeah.
That would have been cool, but I don't. They would have referenced it by now.
They would have mentioned something about it.
Yeah, but the designs of Godzilla's, the Mega Gears in 2000 were pretty cool. I actually have the figure in SH Monsters of that, which is pretty cool.
Which one would you say your favorite design of Godzilla is?
Oh God, why did you ask me this? I love basically all of them. Well, except for the one that was using Son of Godzilla. That one looks ugly.
Except for Zilla's and
Zilla's not a Godzilla, so don't even mention him.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. If I had to pick, then I would say, shoot, it's between these three Godzilla suits: Final Wars, GMK, and Desotroya.
You picked some really good ones.
I know.
I'd say I might go with Godzilla 2000.
That's a good pick. And I actually, when the English dub for that came out, I'm actually glad they used the Zilla art for it, because it kind of made Godzilla seem more like a creature, like from something that we never seen before, which for the English dub, but it was still bad that they used it. It's just that it made Godzilla seem more of like a creature that was very ambiguous. I don't know what that means, but I'm just gonna say that because it sounds cool.
Just like how just a creature we've never seen before or something like that.
Yeah. Because Zilla Roar is a Godzilla Roar. It's just that it's morphed into like a creature like from 20,000 Fathoms, like yeah, something like that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so my best movie from that series. Shoot, I love Final Wars, but it's either between GMK or Tokyo SOS because those two movies are very spiritual. Because I like spiritual films.
Right.
Yeah. And Tokyo SOS has like a very good message as well as UK. I like a message. I like Godzilla movies that have like a message, like in the first one, because that one had like a huge
has
message.
like some meaning to it,
Yes.
some like hidden meaning, like
Yeah.
don't pollute or anything like that.
Yeah. Tokyo SOS meaning was like don't mess with the dead, and GMK was like respect your elderly for what they've done for you.
What was the meaning of Godzilla's revenge? Something tells me there was not. I think the meaning was money.
No, I think the meaning was don't. It was something about bullies. That's what I know because the main
stand up
character,
to people bigger than you, I guess. But like,
yeah, we all know what. Wait, what were we gonna say?
Nothing.
No, we all know the meaning for Godzilla versus Ghidorah. Don't pollutate.
Yeah.
But do you know what's the meaning that no one's ever found? It was between Godzilla and versus Gigan and Godzilla versus Megalon. No one can find those two meanings.
I'm pretty sure it's that every single movie shares the same meaning: make money.
That was during the Dark Age of Godzilla, but yeah, yeah. So yeah. So now that we're done with that, the new Godzilla movies come out, and have you seen any of the leaked photos yet?
I have not seen anything else other than just the second and first trailer. Besides that, and like a figure.
Oh, okay. Because I've seen some leaked photos, and as you can see in my new thing is the Godzilla face.
Yeah.
Which yeah, and I seen some leaked photos earlier yesterday about. This is stupid, but you know how like Godzilla has this long tail and it has like that little glowing thing at the end of it.
Yeah.
I seen a photo of Godzilla shooting his atomic breath out his mouth and out his tail.
I really.
Yeah.
If it's true, all I gotta say is, well, it's Japan, so just prepare for the weirdest.
Yeah.
But if it's fake, then thank God at least.
Yes, but yeah, yeah, I would expect that because this is the guy who made the live action Attack on Titan movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well,
I think it's him. I'm not sure. I've heard I've heard things about him doing it, and yeah.
right.
But overall, the Godzilla series in general is a very good series, is it not?
It's not perfect. There are,
Plot holes.
It's a bumpy road to go through, but in the end, it'll be worth it.
Yeah. But so let's give our thoughts on the 2014 film, which came out in 2014.
I don't hate it, but my God, man, it
you don't love it.
No, my God, does it need some work?
I actually love. Wait, what?
I mean, I still enjoy it more than 1998, but like, at least, like the only thing I could say about that is, at least in this one, we had the real Godzilla. It might have not been in there for long, but it was real. Or at least as close to real as we're gonna get, besides Resurgence. But
yeah. What are your thoughts on the Mutos?
I mean, other than the fact that they are extremely similar to the monster from Cloverfield, I'm just kind of glad we have a new monster. At least I'm glad we have something besides the same old remakes.
Yeah, I'm actually glad that they did that because, like, you introduce a new series of Godzilla movies, you have to introduce like a new monster to them, and they didn't introduce one; they introduced two, the female and the male. And is it me or did the female seem like, or did the male seem to be giving Godzilla more of a run for his money, or like a certain difficulty, and the female was bigger than him, and Godzilla seemed to almost destroy her, but even though he did.
Well, if I can recall correctly, the female's the bigger one, right?
Yeah.
Well, the male like fights Godzilla multiple times, so that might be why.
Hmm.
Oh, and by fight, I mean start the fight, then cut away and go to something else.
Oh yeah. That just sucked when when Godzilla appeared, and then they just cut to the freaking news with him fighting. That was such a missed opportunity to freaking have Godzilla fight the Mutos.
Have like the first time, be like an hour into the movie, finally see Godzilla and just him roaring, and that's it. Just my God.
That was such a missed opportunity, but in the end, it was worth it it was worth it. But once Godzilla got double teamed, it seemed like he was about to die.
It seemed that way, but I figured, this is just a remake, and more than likely they'll probably have him win anyways. So
Yeah. Like, why would you introduce this guy's movie and have him die and get defeated in his own movie?
not unless they were just that confident, we're like, okay, he kills them, but he dies as well. It's just a happy ending.
Oh, it's a happy ending for the humans, but not for Godzilla fans.
No.
Well,
There is one thing I was wanting to talk about that we hadn't mentioned on the first two videos. Godzilla comic books.
Oh, have you read Godzilla comic books or no?
I've read two of them. Well, specifically, the entire Godzilla Goes to Hell series,
Oh.
and I can't remember the name of the other one. It was one of the really earlier ones, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been wanting to get Godzilla comics. It's just that my collection is already big as it is, and I don't need. I'm already into mangas. I don't need to get into Godzilla comics.
Hey, you know what they say? Enough is never enough. So.
I know, but the only problem is you gotta find that money. And I'm all out.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
I feel you there. I feel you there.
Yeah. Like, you want something that you want something so bad, yet you don't have the money. Like, that's just.
Yeah.
Why can't money just rain from the sky, man?
I forget. Well, since we don't really have that much to say about comics, I guess what we could talk about though, games.
Ooh, I've only played one, and that's the most recent one, which is a very good Godzilla game. That's actually true to Godzilla himself. He's destroying buildings, fights a kaiju, and yeah.
I've played 3. Godzilla Saves the Earth, Godzilla Unleashed, and one for the Game Boy Advanced. I do not remember what it was called though. Godzilla Domination. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Those are all okay. I really enjoy the console ones, but the Game Boy Advance one, that one's all right, not bad.
Oh.
The only reason I have not played the newest Godzilla, and I was here recently thinking about it. I was like, okay, I might, but then I was like, let me watch a review, and then I started hearing that the game was actually really
Well, it's for an actual gaming fan, but it's good to the Godzilla fans who know Godzilla, what he truly is. He's a guy who destroys buildings, gets stronger, fights a kaiju, and yeah. The story mode's pretty blah, but the multiplayer is okay. You just gotta fight 3 to 2 people online. That's all you get. Not like a force.
I mean, like what it was though is, like for the most part, it sounds more like you're struggling to want to play the game. Like most of the time you're actually just kind of wanting the game to end because of how badly the everything feels, and just having to do like one mission 10 times in story mode is kind of ridiculous, and then to play that 4 or 5 times to unlock every character.
Huh. It's very exhausting, bro.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Shoot,
And then I heard like the battling system isn't exactly the best.
it's good for a Godzilla. It's a good for a Godzilla fight, not for an actual fight. Not like the Godzilla Unleashed and Save the Earth kind of game. It's nothing like that where you pick up buildings and then you like actual punches. It's more of a Godzilla fight where you like claw the guy, and then you like use your tail attack, use your atomic breath, and just some of a little combo. But the monsters will counter attack you, and if you're not big enough, because here's the thing, you start at 50 meters, then once you get to more than 100 meters by the end of the last level, you turn into Burning Godzilla, and then at the end of the game, when you're Burning Godzilla, you fight Godzilla 2014.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh, I didn't know that.
that's a very good. It's a very it's a very good reminiscence to the newest Godzilla 2014 film.
Like, it's really, really cool to see all these other versions of Godzilla into just one game instead of, okay, we have this one with red fire and this one with blue fire. Have fun with those.
Yeah. And there's 4 Godzillas that you get to play as: the Heisei Godzilla, Burning Godzilla, 2014, and 1964.
Right.
Yeah. And I think you get 1964 for free, but anyways, the reason why people are saying this is have like bad graphics and stuff because this is based on it's a PS4 remake that was on a PS3. That's why.
I heard the graphics were actually okay. Like, they were sort of good, but like the gameplay is just really mind numbing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's based off it's a HD remake for a PS3 game. Oh, you have a PS3 game.
I mean, like, so you've never played the Godzilla Saves the Earth or Unleashed games?
I wanted to until this one came out. And
Well, I'm sure you can find some really, really cheap ones online somewhere. So, you know, and they are really, really good. Like, trust me. Like Godzilla in the games, like, even though in the newest one they made, even though he's slow in that one to keep it, like Godzilla, like, the only thing about it though is that it's kind of a little ridiculously slow.
Yeah, Godzilla is very slow in the game, but once you're 2014, you are a beast, my friend. You are, because at the start of the game in story mode, you start every monster you play as, you start at 50 meters. But when you pick Godzilla 2014 to play as, you're already at 100 meters, so you're pretty much OP in the game.
Right.
Yeah. And actually in the PS3 game, he's actually 108 meters once you start. Like, in the PS3 game, you only get to play as Godzilla in the story mode. That's it. But in the PS4 game, you play as Mothra, Rodan, all that.
I guess it was more leaning towards PS4 anyways, so.
Yeah. I'm looking at the chat right now, and Firewolf saying, what's up, my brother, and Yo saying, like, hey.
I just didn't realize that.
I totally forgot that they're watching this.
Forget that we was doing a live stream in the first place.
Yeah. This is like a collaboration. We're like talking about what we like, and yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like that sometimes,
Yeah. All right, so we talked about the movies. We talked about the recent movies. We talked about the games, the comics. But there's one thing that every Godzilla fan wants and loves.
Which is?
The figures.
I figure that's basically what I was about to hear, but yeah.
The figures, my friend, are the best part of being a Godzilla fan. Because you have, like, this kiddie side. You have adults, man. You have collectors figures. You have all these type of
So
figures.
basically just merchandise.
Bunch of merchandise, yes. But, okay, let me tell you the 5 groups that I know that are still making money today. Well, Did you ever hear about this old Godzilla collection? Like the, it was very cheap. It was very, it was very poor in articulation. Where the point where I don't know, I forgot what it's called. It was made in the 1990s. Do you know what that was called?
I do not think. I do not.
Okay,
Now.
because that one stopped after that company stopped right after the one I'm about to say. Bandai. Bandai is a very good Godzilla collector. It's made for kids. It's also made for adults. It's also made for collectors. It's like 6 inches tall, and it's like the perfect size for Godzilla. You have these. Also, you have like the 12-inch figures, which are big but only made for collection or kids. Like it's mainly more towards kids, but what they made back in the day was so good. They put out Gigan. They put out King Ghidorah. I think they also released Paragon. Yeah, Bandai is a very good series, but from what Bandai America has been making, it's pretty bad. They've just been making 2014. That's it. They've only just released the Godzilla 2014 figure. No Mutos, which sucks for Godzilla collectors, and like Bandai's been pretty sucky really.
I'm sure you can find one somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, just so I have no idea any real place at, but somewhere.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
And then there's NECA, the newest company that's in the Godzilla.
Okay, I've heard of them at least.
You've heard of them?
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of the despicable 1984 one?
Nope.
Oh God! If you're a collector, man, don't get it. I haven't bought it yet, but so far NECA has only created 5 Godzilla figures. Their first one was 2014 when it was coming out. And then it was 1994. Then 1984. Then Burning Godzilla. And most recently, like crap. I think it was in December of March. No, it was in December where they came out with the 1954, which is the best figure that they made so far. And Toy-Con, or whatever this Toy Comic-Con-ish thing is, they said that NECA is going to release a GMK one, and the prototype figure looks so awesome, man.
Right.
So far, what I've collected is 2014, 1994, Burning Godzilla, and 1954. Oh yeah, by the way, do you collect Godzilla figures or no?
I mean, I have a few figures of my own, but I got those when I was younger, and I stopped collecting them because they were so hard to find. And whenever I actually found some, like online, they would cost so much. So I just kind of gave up on that.
Okay. Now, the one that I really love right now is SH Monster Arts. Do you know about SH Figure Arts, the Dragon Ball figure one?
Yes.
It's basically... Wait, is SH Figure Arts produced by Tamashii Nation?
I don't know, but what I do know is they make some amazing figures that are ridiculously priced.
Well, Godzilla, it's way much more. You have so many more Godzilla figures. Hold on. I think I might send you a picture of the 4 that I have. I have an SH Monster Arts of 2000 with a repaint that actually has white spines instead of purple. I also have a 2014 one, 1964, and yeah. But the 4th one's not really Godzilla related, but I'll just say it's a Gamera figure. Do you know of Gamera?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I remember watching some of his movies as well.
Have you ever seen the Heisei trilogy one?
Yes.
That we agree that that's the best of the whole entire Gamera series, right?
Right.
Because it's like super dark and gritty. That's just the epitome of Gamera.
Yeah.
And they actually surpassed Godzilla once. They actually did. That was also another reason why why Toho decided, hey, let's just make
in
Godzilla
what
2000.
specifically?
Yeah. But yeah. But SH Monster Arts is a very good figure line. But they cost like up to $100 and more. I've somehow for when I paid for mine, Godzilla 2000s was around $70. 1964. I got him at a really cheap price. 1964. He was around $40,
Yeah,
which
all I gotta say is if like a figure costs like more than $20, that's where the line's been crossed for me.
yeah, that's where you gotta go to Bandai and NECA for. These after SH Monster Arts, the prices go up more.
I mean, they look cool, but I'm not spending that much money on a figure I won't do anything with. So, like maybe attempt a stop motion video, but that's only attempt, and then like give up halfway in.
Huh. I'm looking at your texts. You were at Walmart.
Yeah, that's where I was.
I haven't checked my phone in a while. Oh, that's the Godzilla timeline. Oh, okay. Okay.
That's what I've been looking at, trying to remember some of the things.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, the most good-looking Godzilla figures right now, which I want to get these figures, but they cost up to $300 for this.
No, thank you. I could do without that.
They're called X Plus, and trust me, X Plus is super freaking good. Hold on, let me send you a picture of what they look like.
Right.
But while I'm searching for that, I'll send you like a couple of them. So be expecting like 2 or 3 or more. But X Plus, my friend, is the most good-looking, decent Godzilla figures that we've gotten so far, and they've been doing this for like about I'd say about like 5 years now. 5 years. Yeah, 5
Right.
years. I mean, yeah.
So, real quick, out of
Yeah.
curiosity, do you think they will ever do a Godzilla and Gamera crossover movie?
There have been fan-made movies about that.
I mean, like an official Toho
Oh,
or Legendary, either way.
that would be cool. That would be cool.
Very.
All right, I'm about to send you a link to what it's a Google page about all these about the Xbox Godzilla figures.
Oh, yep. These are basically what I expected.
Yep, good looking Godzilla figures. They're pretty accurate. They're like super accurate, my friend.
They're really, really detailed, but like that's kind of. I mean, I can see why like they cost so much because of how detailed they are and all that. But like, again, with me, I would never spend my money on something like this, and if I did, I'd probably just put it up somewhere and not mess with it.
Yeah, that's the company where you just want to buy it, put it on your shelf, and let it stay there.
And just stare at it for the rest of its
Existence.
Yeah.
Just stare at it and just don't mess with it. Like just constant staring. And every time you try to have like a staring contest, you would always lose because the Godzillas never blink. That's the one thing that they're also good for. But yeah.
Also, I don't know if you've seen the death battle video with Godzilla and Gamera, though.
What did you say?
Yeah, did you ever watch the death battle video with Godzilla
Yes.
and Gamera? Alright. What were your thoughts about that?
Hold on. I'll be right back for like a minute or so. I have to do something real quick. Okay?
Alright.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, there's someone at my door.
Right.
So yeah, the X Plus Godzilla figures, they're pretty accurate. They're just way too expensive. Like, if I save up all my money, I could possibly buy one, just one. But at
Yeah,
this
that's a bit of a problem there.
yeah, and I've been trying to save up for my birthday, where I'm probably gonna get like $400 again, like I did last year.
And just spin them all on the figures.
Yes, but there's this place. Well, let me get into the next. Let me get into the next Godzilla figurines, and then we'll talk about this awesome place where every Godzilla fan wants to go. Okay, this next Godzilla figures are not the best, and they're not the worst. But I'll tell you right now, they're colorful. They're colorful Godzilla figures.
Right.
Yeah.
Something lighthearted, at least, you know.
Well, not really lighthearted. More of like they're very colorful, color-esque. Like you have this one Godzilla figure where it's like, oh look.
Is it like where it's completely one color?
No,
Something like.
They're like a bunch of different colors, like mixed into one that looks so darn beautiful.
Because I remember there be ones where it's like a whole thing of Angus, but he's just like silver for some reason.
Yes, it's something like that. It's very similar to that. It's I'm trying to find a picture for you to see what they look like, but I might not find it. But anyways, the Marvin figures are like they're not very detailed. I'll tell you that much, but they are very good looking. It's kind of hard to put this in perspective. Like they're very good looking. It's just that they're colorful and made for like the collectors that want a Godzilla figure that says, "Oh look, this is colorful." Or it's very hard to explain this because I never got the Marmot figures myself. So
Never really found the lore into it or anything along those lines, or
something around that.
yeah. Well, I might have to get off here soon because food is on its way. So
Okay. All right, let me wrap this up real quick.
yeah, wrap it up with your thoughts on the future of Godzilla films.
Of what Resurgence is doing, I'm scared for what Godzilla is to come because we lost our director. We lost Gareth Edwards for 2014. And he truly understood Godzilla. And that's what scares me. Like, what's going to happen now?
Right, we're gonna get something that's completely
Zilla.
yeah. Someone who doesn't like Dragon Ball Evolution, just try to make a quick buck, not even bother looking at the source material or anything like that.
Yes, that's what I'm afraid of. But okay, now time for the place that every Godzilla fan wants to go, and it's called G-Fest.
Okay.
It's in Chicago. Do you live anywhere around Chicago?
No.
Oh, because I was thinking maybe you can go there and send me some videos, because it happens every July. Like it's during the summer where it's basically the Godzilla fandom house of fandom. Kind of like
If you were a Godzilla fan, this is where you'd be right now.
Yeah, it's kind of like an anime Comic-Con sort of thing. Like it's like this one place where you get to go every year and be true to yourself and like have fun with a bunch of people. Where
basically, you get to meet more people who's into stuff you're into, basically.
Yes, and everyone's so kind for everyone. I've seen videos of it, and it looks so darn beautiful. And I really want to go there. It's just that I gotta get straight A's.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, and
I mean, good luck, I guess. I mean,
yeah. So I think I think we covered everything of Godzilla. Yes.
basically, I mean, there's plenty of stuff we've missed out on, but we'll get to that eventually.
Yeah. All right. So this final question: what is your favorite Godzilla movie of all time?
Okay, if I had to pick one, it's either between Final Wars or Godzilla vs. Ghidorah.
Hmm. Okay, I'm just gonna flip a coin right now, because I love the Heisei and Millennium series so much, but the show series, it's mostly made for kids. So when I was a little kid, I loved it more.
Right.
All right, Tokyo SOS. I flipped the coin. Heads was freaking Tokyo SOS. Tails was Desolate Roya.
Right.
All right, I think we covered everything. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. If anyone is watching,
If you want to see me on anything, there's my channel you can check out, and I'll probably be doing streams of gameplay sometime tomorrow and the day after that.
all right. Everyone, check out Dragon Ball Dude's channel and check out the links in the description below, where it's part 1 and part 2. Which I decided to do a stream of this instead because I figured out I could do streams now and make longer videos, so that's why I decided to do this stream instead of.
It's a lot easier to just do a stream than have to worry about making sure you have everything right in less than 15 minutes.
Yes. And the last 2 collaborations, I barely made it at 15 minutes.
Right.
Yeah. And actually, on that same day, when we did the first 2, I realized that I could do streams as well.
I just hadn't bothered giving it a try yet, so you wouldn't risk anything about it.
Yeah. Okay, but anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Check out Dragon Ball Dude in the description below. And, yeah, stay big, Godzilla fans. Resurgence is coming, as well as Godzilla 2, as well as King Kong vs. Godzilla. So, yeah, have fun for Godzilla fans, I guess. I don't know. Bye.